Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your WWE, SmackDown, NXT results, and some other breaking news as well. And probably Superstars. I didn't get any more results from Monday night's show. I don't think they had any more matches. So it looks like it's only going to be 2 matches for Superstars. Well, the dark main event for SmackDown taping was Big Show versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship. Supposedly, as you will read in the results, it looked like it was actually the main event. But WWE will also be taping Wednesday's main event tonight, last night in Cleveland. The featured match was Kane and Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes and Damien Sandow for the WWE Tag Titles. And that was the match that Cody Rhodes gets injured in. Pay attention to the show, as it is on at the present time that I'm doing this video. There was not a dark match held after Raw went off the air on Monday night in Columbus, Ohio. WWE developmental trainer Sarah Del Rey, a.k.a. Sarah Amato, turned 32 years old on Tuesday. She was born November 13, 1980. She signed with WWE on July 9th to help train the Divas. It's a shame that they couldn't find a role for her as a wrestler, as she's better in the ring than any Diva they currently have on the roster. The following matches are listed for the 11 p.m. Central Time airing of the AWA on ESPN Classic. From Tuesday night, Colonel De Beers versus Pete Sanchez. Curtis and Renslow versus Greg Gagne and Jerry Blackwell. Princess Jasmine versus Sherry Martel. For those that don't know, that's Scary Sherry from WCW. The official website of NXT Wrestling has added a new diva named Sasha Banks to its Divas roster. Banks, formerly known as Mercedes KV, is a 20-year-old New England-based women's wrestler. She recently debuted in WWE's developmental program after impressing company's official at a talent evaluation session in June, resulting in a contract. NXT episode from November the 8th. From NXT on Daily Motion, taped in Winter Park, Florida, which I have bold there back in '96 for Team USA qualification, which I finished 16th out of like several hundred bowlers. At Full Sail University, that is, before the opening credits, a video package hyping tonight's #1 contender match between Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, Justin Gabriel, and Bo Dallas, and focusing on how we got there. After the titles, Tony Luftman welcomed us to the show. He hyped the main event, and Big E Langston appearance as Cassius Ohno made his entrance to little reaction. Matt Striker is your ring announcer for the evening. They showed a video package of Ohno losing to Trent Beretta 2 weeks ago, which led to this rematch. William Regal and Byron Saxton checked in as Beretta made his entrance to a good pop. So your first match is Trent Beretta versus Cassius Ohno. Beretta mocked Cassius by sarcastically yelling, "Oh no!" as Beretta attempted a sunset flip on Ohno, who was hanging on the ropes from the apron. Ohno, however, managed to trap Beretta in the apron and stomp on his head. Ohno began to wear down Trent with various strikes and a dragon sleeper. Ohno transitioned into another hold. Beretta managed to escape and hit several running strikes. He then hit a modified tornado DDT from the corner for a 2 count. Beretta attempted to pick up the pace again, but Ohno struck him with a running knee, followed by a big boot. Ohno put Beretta on the top rope, but Beretta managed to throw him off and land a missile drop kick. Beretta attempted his running knee, but Ohno slipped out of the ring. Beretta chased Ohno and slid into the ring. However, he ended up on the receiving end of the discus elbow from Ohno, which led into the pinfall. And the match took 6 minutes, 10 seconds. Cassius tried to hit the elbow again after the match, but Beretta saw it coming and ducked it. Ono stumbled to the apron and Trent drop kicked him off. And they had a stare down as Luffman teased the main event as they go to commercial. What? A Daily Motion commercial? Good match to start the show. The contrasting styles worked well, and I like the finishing sequence. Myself and Gutridge discussed Ono's elbow this week, as I'm reading from a dirt sheet. Gutridge doesn't like it, however. I feel that it can't be effective when Ono hits it out of nowhere instead of signaling it for like Big Show or Sheamus. The crowd's reaction to the elbow, however, suggests that they are with Gutridge when it comes to the elbow. Corey Graves' Vignette aired. He talked about his tattoos and the stories they tell. He concluded by saying, "But why waste time telling you about it? The stories when I could get right in your face and show you." The package ended with just the name, Graves. No Corey. Back in the arena, Big E Langston makes his entrance. The crowd was chanting 5. His opponent, Memo Montenegro, Alberto Del Rio's younger brother, was already in the ring for his match. Langston got the audience to start chanting 5. He immediately slammed Memo down, and then absolutely destroyed him with a running body check. Big E took his straps down and hits Memo with a big ending for the win. And he wins the squash match in a minute. After the match, ref didn't count to 5. Before lifting Big E's hand, the audience chanted one more time. Big E acknowledged it and hit the big ending again before counting his own 5 count. The audience chanted again for one more time. However, Piggy Guerrero appeared on the trying to distract him. Vicky said after embarrassing her last week, she had now put a $5,000 bounty on his head and will give it to anyone who takes him out. Big E turned back to Memo before being attacked from behind by Chad Baxter. Big E body checked him and hit him with a big ending as well, adding another 5 count before leaving. I prefer heel Big E than babyface Big E. However, the crowd's reaction to him have been fantastic, so I understood the turn. The bounty on Big E's head is a fun story, and it will only help him get over more. That's something I'm all for. Jason Jordan was introduced in the ring by Bray Wyatt and makes his entrance to a decent reaction after a hiatus. He made his entrance saying, "Can you feel it? Can you feel me?" He told the audience to join him and escape this rotting mountain. Jordan grabbed a mic and said Wyatt talked too much and he wasn't here to talk. He wanted to fight. He invited Wyatt down to the ring. Wyatt said he didn't want to hurt Jordan, only to help him. He told Jason he was too good for him and he was a monster. He finished by saying he is never alone at this point. A large homeless-looking guy like Luke Harper made his ring entrance and ran into the ring. Match number 3, Jason Jordan versus Luke Harper. Harper viciously attacked Jordan from the start, constantly striking him in the corners. He also hit several splashes in the corner. Harper hit a brutal licking clothesline. Jordan dodged a big boot and tried to make a comeback, but Harper caught him with a black hole slam for a 1-2-3. In a squash match, Luke Harper defeated Jason Jordan in 2 minutes 20 seconds. Wyatt introduced Luke Harper as the first son of the Wyatt family before leaving. The announcers transitioned it into the highlight package of Roman Reigns' match from last week. Saxton stood on the top of the stage after the package and brought out Roman Reigns, who came out in a suit. Reigns motioned for Saxton to walk over to him. Reigns took the mic and told him to leave. He said he feels great and called himself the man. He said there was nothing he couldn't do. He concluded by saying everybody wants to be Roman Reigns. Commercial break. Wyatt's act is amazing. like Gutteridge, I think Wyatt is better in backstage pre-tape segments. However, he can more than hold his own in front of a live crowd. Wyatt needs to be on the main roster now. He's such a different character that he'll immediately get attention, and he's fantastic in the ring. Luke Harper really fits it in with Wyatt's act, as well as he looks exactly like one of Wyatt's followers in his videos. Harper will also help add to the cult feel of Wyatt's act. By the way, Harper is certainly a better follower for Wyatt than Eli Cottonwood was. As for Roman Reigns' promo, it was dull and was so unbelievably scripted, or at least it felt that way. I think he's a heel, but the promo didn't establish whether or not he is either way. This is the second straight week that this has happened now, and that isn't good. Gabriel makes his entrance to a decent pop for the main event. Drew McIntyre received little reaction, so did Jinder Mahal and Bo Dallas. Jessica Gabriel versus Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal versus Bo Dallas at the #1 contender fatal 4-way elimination match. Dallas started against Jinder and Gabriel took on McIntyre. The faces knocked both heels to the outside. Dallas hit a baseball slide and Gabriel then dived on all three men with a flip over the ropes. Commercial break. After the commercial, McIntyre and Mahal stomped on Dallas. Mahal turned on McIntyre. Mahal kicked McIntyre. However, McIntyre came back with a big boot. Gabriel came back in and gained control by taking out McIntyre with a spinning reverse DDT before hitting a 450 splash on Mahal. McIntyre threw him off the pin and turned around into a weak-looking spear from Dallas for the first elimination. Drew McIntyre was eliminated at 4 minutes 35 second mark. Dallas stood up and struck a diving Gabriel with another spear in midair. And Justin Gabriel is eliminated in 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Wow, 12 seconds later. Seth Rollins was shown sitting in a chair at the top of the ramp as we go into the final commercial. Mahal threw Dallas into the steps as JR announced that the winner will face Rollins for the title next week. Mahal began to wear down the back of Dallas and hit his usual knee strikes. He charged a quarter Dallas, but Bo dodged his attack and gained control. He hit a scoop slam, tried for a spear, but Mahal dodged it and Dallas hits the ropes. Nasty looking spot. Mahal took advantage and locked in a camel clutch, which resulted in Dallas tapping out. So we get Jinder Mahal eliminated Bo Dallas at the 13 minute 25 seconds to become the #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Mahal locked in the camel clutch again, and as Rollins ran down to make the save, Mahal broke the hold and stomped on him. When he entered the ring, Mahal grabbed the title, and Rollins pounced on him. They rolled around for a bit before Mahal slid outside and began to retreat. Rollins climbed the turnbuckles and stared down Mahal as NXT came to a close. Well, it was a decent match. I didn't even know that it was an elimination style 4-way until McIntyre was eliminated. I don't agree with Mahal having another shot. His character is one-dimensional and he's boring in the ring as he repeats so much of his offense. But plus, I don't think people see him or any of those guys in the match as a threat to Seth Rollins' championship. And this week's NXT was a lot more newsworthy. Ono and Beretta continued their feud and had a good match together. Big E cemented his face turn and has a new storyline. Reigns delivered a promo that gave the slightest indication that he's a heel. Bray Wyatt returned with a follower, thus expanding his gimmick. And finally, Seth Rollins has a new contender. Chris Wells and AJ Jamma are at the WWE Raw show in Columbus and pass on the following superstars' taping results from the Raw brand. Taping, Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal defeated the Usos. Back and forth match with very little crowd reaction. Slater got the win for his team with a DDT. Match number 2, Great Khali defeated JTG as Khali won with a chop. Saturday Morning Slam results, or spoilers. R-Truth joins the unannounced team. Tyson Kidd and Justin Gable defeated the Primetime Players. Ryback defeated 2 jobbers in a squash match. And that ends the program for that one. And we get the Saturday Morning Slam. Okay, well, we got the WWE main event taping. Dark match. Fandango defeated a local wrestler. And your main event taping. Kane and Daniel Bryan defeated Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. Cody appeared to be legitimately injured during the match when he took a back body drop wrong. Michael Cole interviewed Dolph Ziggler and The Miz got involved. Match number 2 was Santino Marella defeating David Otunga. And here's the news from the match. Cody Rhodes suffered an undisclosed injury at WWE TV tapings in Cleveland, Ohio on Tuesday. Rhodes landed awkwardly while taking a backdrop during the WWE Tag Title match, which was taped for Wednesday's WWE Main Event TV show. PW Torch contributor Michael Kupach attended the taping as well and noted on his Twitter page that it appeared Rhodes had suffered a shoulder injury and may have a concussion as well. Cody was noticeably absent when the rest of Team Ziggler appeared in a segment that was taped later in the evening for SmackDown. And speaking of SmackDown taping, it is next from Cleveland, Ohio. Results courtesy of PW Torch contributor MJ Kupak. And he said that The Miz hosted Miz TV with special guest Mick Foley. They incorporated Team Foley and dissension was teased. Team Ziggler came out, minus Cody Rhodes, who was injured during the main event taping. Foley said Booker T gave him the power to book matches. Match number 1, Damian Sandow defeated Kofi Kingston in a non-title match. So, what's that going to make him? Number 1 contender? Match number 2, Caitlyn, Layla, and Natalya defeated Eve, Oksana, and Alicia Fox in a 6 diva match. Randy Orton and The Miz defeated Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler. Ziggles. Mr. Ziggles. Booker T kicked Sheamus out of the building for going after Big Show. Booker then booked Big Show in the main event and hinted that his opponent would be bigger than Show. Match number 4, Kane versus Wade Barrett ended up in a apparent no contest. Team Foley and Team Ziggler got involved as they brawled. And Orton cleaned house with RKOs on everybody. Match number 5, U.S. Champion Antonio Cesaro defeated Sin Cara with R-Truth on commentary. And your main event, or whatever you will call it, dark match main event. How they play it on TV. World Heavyweight Champion Big Show defeated Great Khali. Sheamus attacked Big Show backstage afterwards. Big Show defeated the Great Khali with the knockout punch in the main event. Sheamus' music hits, but he didn't come out. Show goes backstage and Sheamus jumps out of a bus, and they begin brawling as Sheamus lays Show out as SmackDown ends. So, I wonder what kind of matches they had if they did have a dark match, because I went to like 5 different dirt sheets, no results. Well, thanks for viewing and peace out. God bless.